Hello and welcome to my channel We Learn by Sharun. I am Shraddha Banode, working as Assistant Professor in Electrical Engineering Department of St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering and Technology. In this series, we are learning synchronous machines as a coursework of Electrical Machines 2 5th semester. In today's session, we are going to discuss determination of voltage regulation by Portier triangle method. In my last video, I explained you why we need to use Portier triangle method instead of synchronous impedance method. If you find the content of my videos useful, please give a thumbs up and share this video with others so that this video can help other students also to learn the concepts of electrical machines. Subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos related to electrical machines and press the bell button right next to it. So, we will continue to understand zero power factor method or Portier triangle method to find the voltage regulation of a three-phase alternator. In my last video, I explained you how to perform zero power factor test on alternator and get the appropriate data, plot the ZPFC and draw this Portier triangle to get the value of XL. Once you get the value of XL, you can easily get the value of EMF induced. Okay. Now, in continuation with that, in today's session, we are going to find out the armature reaction effect as MMF. Okay, the link of the video is shared in the description box so that you can just go through the last video of the same topic and then you can continue with this. So, in continuation, once you get the value of I1PH, you will locate the same I1PH on OCC, okay, OCC drawn, and then for that EMF induced, you will locate corresponding flux excitation. You will locate corresponding excitation, that is FF1 on the x-axis, that is field current axis. Okay, this excitation is required to induce an EMF even pH, and it considers the effect of leakage reactance, but it does not consider the effect of armature reaction. Now, to consider the effect of armature reaction, we need to draw MMF phasor. Okay, here FF1 is the field current which is producing main flux, and hence E1 is the EMF which is induced. E1 pH is the EMF which is induced. Okay, but because of the armature reaction, the field current which is required to balance the armature reaction is FAR. Okay. Now what we will do, we will plot this FF1 and FAR and we will draw the resultant out of it, and accordingly we will see how it affects the EMF induced. Okay. So we will draw these vectors and I'll explain you the same thing which has been written on the phasor diagram. So let's see the phasor diagram first of all. We will again go step by step. First step is to draw reference. The reference is V vector. Okay, I have drawn V vector here. And then the second step is to draw current. So this is the current lagging voltage by angle phi. Okay, because we are discussing about the lagging load. So current I will be lagging voltage by angle phi, which is our power factor angle. This is our second step. Third step is to plot IARA. IARA will be in phase with I, but it will be drawn from V because it gets added to V. Next step is to draw IXL, which will be perpendicular to I, but it will be drawn from IARA. See, it is perpendicular to IARA, means it is perpendicular to I also. But it will be drawn here because ultimately we need to add this V, IARA, IXL. So this IXL value we got from Portier triangle, and we will just join this value to get even pH. So V IRA plus IXL is going to give us even pH. This is what we found in our last video. Now in today's video, we are continuing by considering the MMF effect. Okay, now if this is the even pH, is the EMF induced, we will first of all get the main flux which is responsible for induction of this EMF. We need to plot main flux which is responsible for inducing this EMF, and the flux which is inducing EMF always have 90-degree phase difference with the EMF. We know EMF induced always lag flux by 90 degree, so obviously the flux which is producing this EMF will be leading this EMF by 90 degree. So I'll draw FF1, which is the main flux leading even pH by 90 degree. right? Now second, this is the main flux produced considering the EMF induced E1 pH. Okay. Now second thing we need to consider is the effect of armature reaction. Now armature reaction is produced because of armature current, and armature current direction, and it opposes that because it is demagnetization, so it opposes the armature current. It is exactly FAR, that is flux produced because of armature reaction, should be exactly in phase opposition with the current. Okay, and that is why this is how we will draw FAR. Now if you see this carefully, FAR, it is exactly in phase opposition with I, but it is drawn from FF1. Okay, now this FF1 plus considering the effect of armature reaction, we will draw FR. Now this FR is the resultant flux which is required to overcome leakage reactance as well as armature reaction reactance. Right. Now if this is the resultant flux considering all the effect, so can I say that the resultant EMF induced will be lagging this FR by 90 degree? Yes. So I can plot resultant EMF induced considering the effect of armature reaction lagging FR by 90 degree. So this is how I will draw E1. Here E1 is considering the effect of leakage reactance as well as armature reaction effect. Okay, and this dotted line which you can see here is nothing but armature reaction drop. So armature reaction drop is there, but it is not considered as EMF quantity. It is just considered as MMF quantity. It is not playing any role in the calculation of voltage regulation. Is that clear? Great. So here we will get the accurate value of EMF induced and voltage regulation ultimately. Fine, so same thing we will just see here. So this is a similar type of diagram. You can see that step by step I have drawn to so that you understand things better. But this is similar type of diagram. Here also everything is shown, only it's few more angles are shown. So here this is phi, this is 9. The angle between V and I is phi. The angle between FF1 and E1 is 90 degree. The angle between FR and EPH is 90 degree, right? And here this FF1, FAR as well as FR is shown. The angle between FF1 and FAR is nothing but 90 plus phi, because of course when you will take consider this angle here, horizontal line and all, so you will get that angle as 90 plus phi. So you always take that angle as 90 plus phi. Okay, now once the total excitation FR is known, so whatever I have explained, I'll just try to put it in points. So once the total excitation FR is known, you will draw the corresponding EPH out of it from OCC. This is the corresponding EPH which has been drawn here. Okay, from the OCC, we will get this value from the OCC. Now this EPH lags FR by 90 degree. The length CD represents the voltage drop due to armature reaction. This length CD, which I also told you in the phasor diagram, this length CD is nothing but armature reaction. This is drop due to armature reaction. Okay, then drawing perpendicular from A and B, this will just help you to give the value of E1 pH. This we have already considered before. If you want to understand about this construction line, this perpendicular drop or this perpendiculars dropped from point A and B on current angle, so you can refer my video of voltage regulation, how we calculated a voltage regulation by synchronous impedance method. In that everything is explained properly, so you can watch that video as well. The link will be shared in the description box. Okay, so drawing this point will give you right angle triangles. So basically these construction lines are just drawn to give you the view of this right angle triangle, so that by considering these parameters you can easily find out hypotenuse. Okay, once you get the EMF induced, then you can find out the voltage regulation. Voltage regulation is equals to EPH minus VPH upon VPH into 100. So this is how zero power factor method or Portier triangle method will give you the voltage regulation, the more accurate value of voltage regulation we must say. Now, advantage of this method is this method consider armature resistance and leakage reactance voltage drop as EMF quantities, while effect of armature reaction as MMF quantities. And hence, when you get a voltage regulation through this method, it is more near, the value is more near to real value of the actual value of EMF induced and voltage regulation as compared to synchronous impedance method. The only drawback this method has that you need to draw separate curve for every load condition. Like ZPFC we have drawn for rated current, but if you suppose want to find out regulation at or EMF at different load conditions, say half load or 1/4 load or 3/4 load or any percentage of load, then you need to plot a separate curve and then you need to apply this method. Clear? So this is how clear. So this is how zero power factor method gives us the value of EMF induced as well as voltage regulation near to real values. Okay, and this method gives the most accurate value of EMF induced and voltage regulation. I hope these things are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can put into comment box so that I can resolve your doubts. If things are clear to you, you can give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And press that bell button right next to it. That's important. Okay? So, thank you and happy learning.